Last night, I made a $17,000 mistake.
He lays it down. And that play by T1000, is he going to show the 5 deuce?
Instead of winning $10,000, we lost $2,200. After the stream, our opponent asked us, "Hey, buddy, do you want to flip for your entire net worth?" I was like, what the f***? This guy's rich as balls. He essentially wanted to flip a coin for $10,000. I didn't know what to do. I went back to my hotel and decided to leave it up to the fate of the elevators.
Elevator roulette, left or right? Left, we PLO flip for my entire net worth, 100%. Right, we go work out and the video's over. I don't know what I want to see. I really do like this kid. I don't even want to see the flip. Whatever, I'm so serious. Whatever this is, I don't give a fuck. 100%. Left, we flip for everything. Visa, driver's license, passport, everything. Right, we go work out and move on with our lives and do nothing. Come on. Give me left! Don't be a pussy! Come to the door! Come on! Let go! Wrap it up. We're going to work out. See you tonight. I don't give a fuck.
So, we can't coin flip. But that same night, I got a call from Jason Somerville.
We got a 1025 5K buy-in tomorrow at Poker Night in America if you want to play.
And I said, buddy, say no more. I'm fucking there. So the very next morning, I flew from Texas to Los Angeles, Las Vegas. I'm illiterate. I'm a poker player, not a collegiate athlete. We're buying into a poker game for everything we have. We're going to the airport right now. This is my Uber. He's not getting tipped. He drives like an asshole. Point proven. Do you want $30 or do you want a 1% free roll?
1%. Don't ever just...
Sold.
All right, buddy. Had a good one.
Let's go either win everything or lose everything. I'm not in the mood to break even today. 8K or nothing. I'm either dealing a home game or I'm never stepping foot in a 1-2 game again. I'm supposed to land in Vegas 15 minutes before the game starts. We are cutting it incredibly close. I just got recognized in the airport. That's crazy. I was shooting B-roll, and someone comes up to me and was like, 12-year-old? I was like, you got it. He didn't say that, but that's what he was thinking. It's pretty hard to miss when you just see like a prepubescent teen holding a tripod.
So sorry to bother you. Do you mind if I get a picture with you?
For sure, 100%.
Dude, I watch you all the time, bro.
Oh, hell yeah. Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, great to meet you as well.
I haven't eaten breakfast, and as soon as we land, we're playing 1025 on cap, where we buy in for legitimately everything we have. So there's not going to be much downtime, which means I need to have a feast right about now.
Got anything good on there?
Huh?
Got anything good on there?
Oh, we'll have some in about 4 hours.
Let's go. Where are you going to take pics at?
Las Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm going to buy into a poker game for 100% of my net worth.
Yeah. That ought to be interesting.
This guy looks so disinterested. Like, yeah, sure, kid. Who's stupid enough to actually buy in for their net worth? The game was starting 20 minutes after I landed, if the plane was on time. My flight got delayed. 2 hours later, we're finally boarding. When stuff doesn't go exactly according to plan, could be for the best. Saves you from a catastrophe. That's how I like to look at it. If the game started on time, we would have been dealt queens versus aces and lost our entire stack. That's how I like to look at it. Everything happens for a reason. Butterfly effect, baby. Let's go win 10 G's. It's showtime. As I'm walking off the plane, I'm stressed. Not only am I late for the game, but there's over $50,000 on the table.
And there's no issues, so we have 7 there.
10,000 total? I'm sorry, 9,000 total. My bad.
10 is perfect. 10
Perfect.
sounds great.
Better for you?
Yeah, 10 sounds great. I decided to buy into the game for $5,000. Each yellow chip is worth $1,000. The black chips are $100, and the green chips are $25. That means we have $4,000 in the reserve. Or so I thought. My dumbass overcalculated. I forgot that I have a credit card bill due at the end of the month. Just because I have the cash doesn't mean I own the money. After credit card reductions, this is what we have. Unbeknownst to me, I'm about to gamble with money that I literally cannot afford to lose.
Yeah, that's what you get. I'm surprised they didn't put you on the Greyhound.
I showed up late to the stream. Here are the current statistics. In 2 hours, MJ is up nearly $11,000. I don't think this number's a fluke either, because MJ is Daniel Negreanu's coach. Daniel has $52 million in poker earnings. This guy is his coach. To make matters worse, he's on my direct left. And I'm also playing with 2 super pro wizards, millions of earnings between them. I don't even come up in the database because I've never earned a single dollar in tournaments in my entire life. So let's play cards and try not to get destroyed. I looked at pocket nines. MJ raises to $100. The small blind calls. I think you can re-raise this hand or call. This time, I decide to call. Turns out, MJ has pocket queens. If this board comes all low cards, we could lose a lot of money. Action checks to MJ, who continues betting for $75. The small blind folds. I think MJ could be stabbing with a lot of bluffs. I don't think we can let it go just yet. I make the call. Within 10 minutes of showing up, we're playing a pot against the best player at the table, arguably in the world, and we are very far behind. We need a miracle. And it's not coming. I check it once more. This time, MJ checks it back, and the river card is a king. I check a third time, we get off the hook cheap. The next orbit, I limped 8-5 of hearts in the small blind. MJ jammed all in for $10,000. I fold, he shows 7 deuce. If you win a hand with 7 deuce, every other player at the table owes you $100. So we lose another $125. I've played for 5 minutes and we're already on dinner break. That's how late I am. Pocket nines versus pocket queens. The deck's trying to set me up today. Immediately pay a 7 deuce bounty, dust off a few blinds. We're fine. Godspeed. What's the planned payout tonight?
Plus 20K.
20K?
20K.
Holy shit.
It's gonna happen right here.
After dinner break, we raise the stakes even higher. We put on the stand-up game for $100 a head. Everyone gets a button. When you win a hand, you get rid of your button. The last person holding a button owes the rest of the table $500. This guy's a fucking F1 driver. Or maybe he's reeling in a fish. I think that's what's actually going on here. We pick up Queen 8 of hearts under the gun. I'm one of 3 players left that still has a button. If I'm the last one holding a button, I owe $500. That's 5% of the net on one round of a minigame. That, I open at $75. Only the big blind makes the call. That's a nice window card. The big blind checks. I bet $100. The big blind matches my wager, and we go off to a turn card. That's a really sexy one, I'm gonna be honest. However, this board is a lot better for the big blind than it is for me, I think. So when the big blind checks, I decide to check it back. This guy's a super pro wizard. I really don't want to get check raised for my net worth. We go off to see one last card. We river 2 pair, but any 6 makes a straight. The big blind now bets $600. What the fuck? Why am I playing against 200, 400 wizards? I can't even name that many bluffs here. He has to be blasting off with any missed flush draw, and he's still probably not bluffing enough. One really important factor that I didn't even take into consideration, this guy doesn't have a button, which means he's already safe for the stand-up game. That makes it a lot less likely he's bluffing, in my opinion. But dude, I have a hand that's stronger than aces. This is like a car crash that you can't look away from. I stick in the chips. and get shown the horrible news. We are not off to a hot start. We're already down $1,200. Even worse, we're one of 2 people left in the stand-up game. Whoever wins a hand first is safe. The other person owes the table $500. What happens next can only be described as fate. If the game started on time, we would have been dealt queens versus aces and lost our entire stack. That's how I like to look at it. Everything happens for a reason. Butterfly effect, baby. Let's go win 10 G's.
You know, we got a guy here gambling his entire net worth, and you're down infinite.
Action is on Jason. He looks down at King Jack and raises to $300.
300?
The player to my right folds, and action's on me. If we don't pick up a hand this shuffle, we're gonna lose the stand-up game and owe the entire table $500. Come on! Let's go! We look down at pocket queens. I'm all in. I don't give a fuck.
All in.
All right, come on, baby.
He's leaving you hanging.
Action's on Rocket Man, who does something that I really wasn't expecting.
All in.
Oh my god.
Wow. It would have been really interesting if it was up to me, but no. Just
King of Hearts.
We're playing an $8,000 pot. This is everything. This is the kit, the caboodle, everything.
I actually have a good one. Oh, I have a parachute.
The dealer asked how many times do you want to run it. You already know my answer. Dealer! One time! The flop is clean. All we have to avoid is an 8. 2 cards to come. One card stands between us and $8,000. In a mathematical simulator, run this situation 100 times, and 94 times it'd be anything but an 8. But not this time.
Oh, wow. Perfect. I was not lying. Oh,
that happened to me also when I...
Jason, can I play here every day?
Yeah,
I've never run so good at poker in my life.
Yeah. Chips. Wow.
You could see it in my face. I was in disbelief. Shireen's over here talking about some bad beat she endured. Shireen, you are energetic, nice, sweet, fun to be around. I could not give less of a fuck about that story right now.
I have 4 behind.
We're down $5,000. We're still heads up in the stand-up game, and we're down to our last bullet.
Just the worst. So I'm garbage.
No, it's all good. Okay. I appreciate you. MJ asked if I wanted to sell a piece of action, basically mitigating the risk.
Guys, let's do a $300 flip. Everybody, with their own money, you're flipped in for free. If you win, you win the pot. Is everyone okay with that? We do it all the time in private games, 100%.
If you're cool with it, that's fine. You're the boss.
You guys okay with it?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah? You good with it? All right.
Let's go.
I should probably put it in my
This is called the pork chop.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Why is it called the pork chop?
Because you're splitting the piggy's money. In all sincerity, I think MJ's trying his damned hardest to make sure that I don't go broke. I feel kind of weird about it because I'm getting a free roll, but I'm not going to say no. I sincerely appreciate it.
Let's just do a hold and flip. That way we don't have another graphics issue.
This is the last $4,000 I have. This is our reserve. If I lose this, I will have $50 to my name. I will be dirt fucking broke. So we're doing a 6-way flip. Everyone excluding myself puts in $300. Everyone gets 2 cards. The best hand takes it all. Turns out, Shireen has aces. She is definitely a massive favorite. I haven't even looked at my hand yet. Quite frankly, I don't care. We all go to a flop. Then Shireen turns top set. Yep, okay, she's gonna win this one. But then the river brings in a 4-liner and a potential flush. Any 3 makes a straight, any 2 hearts make a flush. Shireen is top set, but any 3 makes a better hand. Jason doesn't have it, David doesn't have it. MJ doesn't have it. But Rocket Man does. Rocket Man has a straight. I have not looked at my hand yet. The only way for us to win this is to have 8-7 or a flush with any two random cards. That is a damn hard thing to do. Me, being the overconfident 12-year-old, I announce...
Somebody could have
I better have hearts.
My man, are you serious?
I haven't looked, but I feel it.
Oh.
We have hearts.
Oh, baby boy.
We have hearts.
We are one card away from $1,500. All we need is a heart or a 7.
Oh my god, it's red.
See, okay,
50-50.
now we go ahead and take it to the side.
I'm not buying out, by the way.
Yeah, you want to flip? Yeah.
There's no chance of it.
Got it!
There you go. There you go. Let's go.
That was good. That was good.
We're back! We're only down 3,500. Tis but a scratch for tis but a scratch. We can't celebrate too early, though, because we're heads up in the stand-up game. All I can say is that will not be the case after this hand. We look down at pocket tens. I raised to $75. The cutoff and small blind call, and Jason completes in the big blind. 4 ways to a flop. Action checks to me. I continue betting. $100. Action folds back to Jason, the only other player in the stand-up game. He makes the call. Now we're heads up in this pot, but we're also heads up in the stand-up game. Whoever loses this hand owes the entire table $500. This is going to get resolved right here, right now. The turn card is the 5 of clubs. Jason now leads for $300. Oh, God. We lose to 6-4, any 7, pocket 8s, pocket 5s, or any bullshit straight. Raising here doesn't accomplish anything, because if he has better, he's just going to call, and we're going to lose more money. But if he has a bluff, he's just going to fold. I think Jason can float the flop, and he's leading turn, trying to steal it. For that reason, I decided to make the call. Once again, there's over $1,000 in the middle as we head off to one last card, which is going to determine damn near all we have. The river is the 4 of... What the fuck? These runouts are disgusting. Now any 6 makes a straight. We're losing to any 7, full houses, any 6. This sucks. I really hope that Jason checks. We can check it back and see a cheap showdown. He doesn't. Jason reaches into his stack and bets $900. Once again, we're faced with a tough decision. I feel the seconds ticking by. Everyone's watching me. I need to make a decision. After 60 seconds, the player to my left asked me, "Can you talk out loud and walk us through your decision?" I'm not interested in talking about my strategy. Not here, not ever. But you know what? I'm sick and fucking tired of making hero folds. If you have it, take my goddamn money. Jason flips over Queen Jack of Spades. Yeah! Let's go! Never back down, never won. Let's go! We're only down 1,500. That's not even a scratch. Give me a goddamn Band-Aid. The stream is far from over. We have a lot more big pots to play. As you've seen up to this point, all it takes is one hand to make or break my entire career. To be properly bankrolled for these stakes, you're supposed to have hundreds of thousands of dollars. I have 7, and that's not going to stop us. This player raises to $75 when we look down at pocket queens. Last time it cost us an $8,000 pot. Hopefully things are different this time. I re-raise to $250. Action folds back to our opponent, who doesn't think that's enough. He puts in another raise to $800. Our hand is too strong to fold, but give me a garbage bin, I'm gonna throw up. I make the call. Heads up to a flop with already over $1,600 in the middle. Action's on my opponent, who continues betting for $700. We can't go anywhere just yet. I make the call. This pot is rapidly growing, and we could easily get put all in by the river, where we face a singular decision for our entire net worth again. I had this chance yesterday in a $17,000 pot. I incorrectly folded. If I had called, I'd be sitting here with over $17,000, and this decision wouldn't matter so much. We go off to a turn. I look at my opponent, and I see him reach down for chips. He bets $1,000. We're still losing to aces and kings, but now we're losing to flushes as well. We could be drawing dead, we have better hands to call, and we're not going to be happy facing a river bet. Queens no diamond needs to be a fold right here, right now. But I don't find it. I make the call. The stakes at 2-5 cost a few $100s. At these stakes, they're worth thousands, and there's still a street left to come. The river pairs the board and actions on our opponent. I'm really hoping he checks it back so we can see a cheap showdown, but we don't live in a fantasy world. He bets $1,200. I was planning to fold to any river bet, but he bets so small. These guys are the best in the world. Could he ever be bluffing here? Last time I folded when I should have called. I'm not doing that again. Not this time. I make the call. My opponent shows pocket fives for a turned straight. We lose another huge hand, and we're down a lot. We win a small one, but we're still in shambles. That is, until I look down at King 6 of clubs. I raised to $75. The button calls, the big blind does as well. The flop looks pretty damn good. The big blind checks. I decide to get tricky and check as well. The button decides to bet $125. The big blind folds. I'm not going anywhere. I decide to check again. The button keeps his foot on the gas. That's $400. God, man. We have top pair, but it's starting to feel a little dicey. We're losing to 2 pair, sets, and even a straight. But Rocket Man's been gambling all night. What if he has spades? If he has a flush draw, we're still far in the lead. I still think our hand is too strong to fold. I decide to make one more call. We go off to see one last card with well over $1,000 in the middle again. Dealer, no spade. That seems innocent enough. I check a third time, praying, on my knees begging for this to go check, check one time. Does anybody at these stakes check? No, obviously not. Rocket Man bets $800.
6 buffs today, Jesus Christ.
800. I feel like the entire day it's been tough decision after tough decision, and here we are again with top pair facing a decision for more than a third of our net worth. If I call and I'm wrong, I'm gonna feel pretty defeated. It turns out Rocket Man has King 5. He flopped 2 pair. So not only will I feel defeated, I will be defeated. I need to find a fold, or else we're going to lose another $3,000 pot. This has been the most frustrating session of my entire life. Feels like I'm getting set up left and right. I don't give a shit. Just take it. That was the last interesting spot of the night. Don't really have much to say.
14,950 for MJ. 26,15 for Corey.
We lost 75% of our net worth tonight?
My man, I actually didn't know that. Can I ask you this actually, like, obviously cameras are rolling here. Where do you, what's next for you after something like this?
Let's flash back to 2 years ago. I started playing poker at my local casino. Just really loved the game. Fuck, why don't I fold? Why don't I ever fold? Why don't I ever fold, dude?
Had a profit of 500 and then I just dusted it all away in like 5 minutes. God, fuck!
I went from playing once a week to 4 times a week. God, it's such a fucking easy call. It's 2,000 to win 7. Regardless of where I played, one thing never changed. I really hate losing. I want to show you a segment from my 8th vlog. I was still relatively new to 2.5, and I had just suffered one of my biggest losses to date. This one hurts a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I really don't have much to say here. This hurts. I question if I'm even good at the game. I question whether this is something I should continue to do. Deep down, I know that I'm capable and that this is just part of the process, and I don't want to do anything else. And what am I gonna do? Give up? Fucking no shot. So this channel will be at 100,000. I don't know when, but it will be. And I'm gonna look back on this little 2.5 session and think, you know, this wasn't the end of the world. I'll be playing 10, 25, 25, 50 eventually. And I'm gonna look back on this someday and think, wow, I've come a long way. Here we are, 2 years later. We're at 86,000 subscribers. And I just got my ass kicked at 1025. It puts a new perspective on things when you used to dream about being in the position you're in today. You asked to be here. You worked really hard to feel this pain. The pain you feel is a sign of progress from where you are now to where you've always wanted to be. Looking back at this in another 2 years, I'll be at 1 million subscribers, playing 100, 200, and I'll spin a roulette wheel for $1 million. So this sucks, and it hurts a lot. It's just another step, and I'm gonna continue to walk.
He lays it down.
I think it's very difficult, but I want to prove it to myself. And I think what eats me alive at night, it's not losing a poker hand, it's not losing 75% of my net worth, it's not giving it 100%, and going to sleep knowing I had more on the table. Ultimately, more than anything, I just want to be proud of myself. Nothing else matters.